Set up last year, Access Social Care provides free legal advice for people with social care needs, helping them achieve a better quality of life. We work with communities to increase knowledge of the law and rights. We highlight the gap left by legal aid and provide advice for those who can't afford it. The chances are you'll know someone that needs social care, whether it's a parent, a sibling, whether they're disabled, older, or have a mental health condition. Social care can change lives. It can prevent loneliness and provide intimate support. Now, we're all living longer, and this is obviously something to celebrate. But as we age, we are more likely to need care, and local authorities who are responsible for arranging care can't meet the growth in demand. Every day, millions of older and disabled people are denied the care they have a right to. Things are so bad that 96% of local authorities have admitted that they are unlikely to meet their legal duties to provide care this year. This affects all of us. We will all need social care at some point. We all have a right to hold public bodies to account when things go wrong, but most of us can't afford lawyers, so we rely on legal aid. The 92% drop in legal aid community care cases since 2010, and the fact that charity helplines are overwhelmed and under-resourced means we have nowhere to turn. Without access to justice, our right to social care might as well not exist. The rule of law is broken. This is Beth and her dad, Jeremy. Beth is artistic and fun-loving. She's also autistic and has a mild learning disability. As a teenager, Beth was moved from one inappropriate placement to the next. She communicated her distress through her behaviour until she was sectioned at 16. She was over-medicated and restrained. She was put in isolation and fed through a hatch for 2 years until she started to hallucinate and self-harm. She started to have seizures, but the unit refused to let her go to hospital. In desperation, Jeremy started to tweet about what was happening to his daughter. The BBC ran a story on this shocking case, but rather than right their wrongs, the local authority issued Jeremy with a court gagging order, telling him to stop talking about the case publicly, claiming it was a breach of Beth's right to privacy. Jeremy was refused legal aid to defend himself, but fortunately he came to us. We secured free legal support for Jeremy and Beth. The court ruled against the local authority, and Beth now lives happily in the community. Jeremy describes the lawyers that help them as superheroes. But there are still over 2,000 people with a learning disability in these units across the UK. 200 of them are children. The UN has said this is one of the gravest human rights abuses in this country, and we need to help more people like Beth. The good news is that we have a 98% success rate with our cases, and most cases are not as complex as Beth's. Just a few letters from us usually leads to positive outcomes, so we know that we need to reach more people. We've started to use technology to help us. We've developed a legal chatbot. The prototype won the Nesta Prize last year, and it will launch in March. The chatbot is free to use and available nationally 24/7. It helps us work at scale. By answering legal questions for the majority of people with less complex problems, whilst filtering urgent and complex cases like Beth through to our legal team. Other charities can host the chatbot on their website, and we want it to be the go-to online portal to help people get timely and accurate advice. To promote digital inclusion, the chatbot has been co-designed and developed with disabled and older people, as well as people from Black, Asian and minority ethnic groups. As we learn from how people interact with the chatbot, we need to make changes to improve it. We have funding to work with a diverse range of testers, but we need funding to apply our learning. We already know that the chatbot needs to autofill our template letters so that people can print out legal letters from the chatbot to send to their local authority when things go wrong. We will use the £10,000 that we hope to raise tonight to pay for a chatbot specialist to make functional improvements to the chatbot to ensure that it works for everyone. But please don't stop at 10,000. Every additional £500 will allow our legal caseworkers to take on an urgent or complex case like Beth's. Thank you for listening.